Hello, this is the Bible in fewer words. We are Carol and Steve Wells. This is episode 4a, Genesis, chapters 15 and 16. Hi, Steve.
Hi, Carol.
I think we're continuing with our Abraham and Sarah story.
That's right. We got rid of Lot in the last episode, so it's just going to be Abraham and Sarah.
All right, let's go.
Okay, chapter 15, verse 1. The word of God came to Abraham in a vision, saying, "Don't be afraid. I'm your shield and your great reward."
I wonder if it looked like Abraham was scared.
Yeah, maybe.
Verse 2. Abraham said, "What will you give me since I'm childless?"
The word of God said, "A son will come out of your bowels to be your heir." Look at the stars. That's how much seed you're going to have.
That's a lot of seed.
Yeah, it is.
A son will come out of your bowels to be your hair.
Heir. Yeah.
Heir. Oh, yeah. Okay.
No, hair isn't coming out of his bowels.
Well, that anatomy there is all wrong.
It is. Yeah, it's all wrong.
Okay.
But I think what he means by bowels, I think he means testicles.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what he means is he's going to impregnate somebody. He's going to make lots of kids. That's what he's saying.
Okay.
And Abraham's probably wondering about this time. He says, well, I'm kind of old for that,
Yeah.
Because he was 75. Now he's 86.
Holy moly.
11 years have passed, and he still doesn't have any kids. So he's probably going, hey, this just isn't going to happen, God.
Why did God wait so long?
I don't know. But in verse 6, it says, Abraham believed God, and God counted him righteous for believing him. Why is that righteous to believe something silly like that? Oh, well, anyway.
Verse 7. God said, "I'm God. I brought you from Ur to inherit this land."
Well, they got that out of the way. Abraham said, "How can I know that I'll inherit it?"
Okay, he's testing God here.
Yeah, he's just asking.
I guess he doesn't know God very well.
Yeah, that's right. He said, hey, I'm God. I'm God. Yeah. Just introducing myself.
Verse 9. God said, "Get a heifer, she-goat, and ram, each 3 years old, along with a dove and a pigeon." That's quite a grocery list.
It is, yeah. So Abraham gathered all the animals God asked for and cut them into pieces, except for the birds, which he didn't chop up. The dead animals attracted some birds of prey, which Abraham drove away. As the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abraham.
Really?
Yeah, probably pretty busy, probably kind of tired after all of that.
A lot of work.
Yeah.
Verse 13. God said to the sleeping Abraham, "Your seed will be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and will serve them for 400 years. I'll judge the nation that they serve. Then they'll leave with lots of possessions, and you'll die at a good old age. In the 4th generation, they will come back here again." So this sounds like an astrologer.
Yeah, it's amazing that this is happening while he's asleep. Mm-hmm. When I wake up from sleep and
you tell me all your dreams?
I don't, because I can't remember them. I say, well, I think there's this dream, but by the time I
say those words,
I've forgotten the details. But I guess that Abraham remembered the details. But they're strange details. His descendants are going to be enslaved for 400 years or 4 generations. Those are long generations.
Yes, they are. Well, they did live kind of a long time back then.
Not really. They're kind of tamping that down now. It's a little bit longer, maybe.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, there's a lot of controversy about this 400 years thing that we won't get into here. But the amount of time that Jews are actually in Egypt is a disputed amount of time.
Okay. Late that night, there appeared a burning lamp between the pieces of dead animals.
Yeah, so remember Abraham had cut up all the animals and put them out there?
And didn't refrigerate them.
Yeah, drove off all the birds. And I guess he just left them there and then went to sleep that night. I guess he got up after his dream or whatever, and he looked at the animals, and there was a lamp, a burning lamp, that had just magically shown up.
Verse 18. God repeated the promise he made to Abraham and his descendants about giving them the land of Canaan, saying, "To your seed I give this land, from the great river in Egypt to the Euphrates River." This includes the land of the Kenites, Kenizzites, Cadmonites, Hittites, Perizzites, Rephaims, Amorites, Canaanites, Gershagites, and the Jebusites. I wonder what that suffix "ites" means.
It means the descendants of. Yeah, like Canaanites, the descendants of Canaan.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the only reason I included this is I wanted to hear you read all of those
Names.
those names.
Thank you very much.
This is something that is still disputed today. What is the land of Israel? And God's saying that he's given them the whole land, the Jews, the whole land from the Euphrates River all the way to the Nile River, the river in Egypt. So that's a huge piece of land.
Yes,
and
it
they're
is.
still fighting about that today.
Boy, are they ever.
Chapter 16. Sarah, Abraham's wife, couldn't have children, but she had a female Egyptian slave named Hagar. So Sarah said to Abraham, God has prevented me from having children. So have sex with Hagar, so I can have children through her. And Sarah gave Hagar to Abraham to be his wife.
That's kind of a nice thing to do.
I guess. It's a strange thing to do.
It is a very strange thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to let my mind go there. Verse 4, Abraham did as Sarah suggested. Oh, well, I guess I have to have sex with this woman because my wife is ordering me to do it. Had sex with Hagar, and she conceived. But when she realized that she was pregnant, she despised Sarah.
Yeah.
Well, I could see why.
Yeah.
I mean, now she's going to have this child, and she knows she's going to have to give the child up to Sarah.
Yeah.
That's what she's doing. She's a vessel to have
that's
this
right.
child.
That probably is why. First, you're forcing me to have sex with somebody that I don't even know or care about, and then you're going to take my child away after it's born.
Yeah.
She was upset. She despised Sarah, so says the Bible. Verse 5 says, Sarah said to Abraham, it's your fault. I let you have sex with my slave. Then, when she conceived, she despised me. Let God decide which of us is right.
And does God ever decide which of them is right?
Oh, God always likes Abraham, no matter what. Yeah, between Abraham and Sarah, let God decide which of us is right.
Abraham replied, she's your slave. Do whatever you want with her.
And when Sarah treated her harshly, Hagar ran away.
With child.
Yeah, that's right.
Verse 7. After Hagar ran away from Sarah, an angel found her by a fountain and said, where did you come from, Hagar, Sarah's slave? And where are you going?
Hagar said, I'm running away from my mistress, Sarah.
And the angel said, return to your mistress and submit to her. I'll multiply your seed exceedingly. No one will be able to count all the seed you're going to have. You know, when you say that to a woman, I'm not sure that means the same thing as when you say it to a man.
I don't think it means anything at all. Because it's always the man that gets credit for the seed.
Yep.
Also, it's a strange thing. Am I supposed to be really happy about this?
Yeah.
You know, there's a saying that the person who dies with the most toys wins.
Mm-hmm.
In the Bible, it's the person who dies with the most children wins.
Yeah.
The angel goes on to say, you are pregnant and will have a son. His name will be Ishmael. He will be a wild man. He will fight against everyone, and everyone will fight against him.
Sounds like a handful. Maybe she should just give him over to Sarah.
Well, you know who Ishmael is going to be. The Arabs consider Ishmael to be their father, to have been descended from that. There's a whole difference between the way that the Muslims view Ishmael and Isaac. It's reversed.
They think he's the guy.
He's the guy that later on Abraham's going to sacrifice.
Mm-hmm. Verse 15. Hagar bare Abraham a son, Ishmael. He was 86 years old when Ishmael was born. So I guess Hagar went back.
Yep.
Because that angel told her to, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. I left out a few verses there, but she must have gone back, yeah.
I just called the angel her. Are angels women?
I don't know of a single female angel in the Bible.
So your answer is no.
In most cases, when angels show up,
Mm-hmm.
they seem to be men because they're just called men a lot of times. I don't ever remember one being called a woman or mistaken for a woman.
Yeah.
The Bible doesn't say anything about her going back, but she goes back. She bare a son, and Abraham
Yes.
gave him a name.
And now Sarah and Hagar are best friends. Probably not.
Yeah, we'll find out in the next episode, I think.
Okay. Hey, Steve, thanks for all your hard work here.
Sure.
Listeners, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.